On new developments tonight, Ian, the 6 pro-lifers in Tennessee found guilty earlier this week of violating the FACE Act. Their attorneys are expected to file an appeal. Immediately after the guilty verdict, the pro-lifers and their families gathered in front of the courthouse to pray and sing hymns together. The pro-lifers face up to 11 years in prison. They are set to be sentenced in July. For analysis, we turn now to Stephen Crampton, senior counsel for the Thomas More Society, who is representing one of the pro-lifers in the case. Stephen, great to be with you today. We appreciate it. A lot to talk about. But first, how is your client holding up during this difficult time?
Tracy, it's really amazing. He is still praising God, saying that where the Lord leads him, he will go. So he says maybe there's a ministry for him in the jail. Time will tell. We hope that never has to come about. We're hopeful that our appeal will be successful and perhaps that the judge will see through the political nature of these prosecutions, which really amount more to persecution in our view than prosecution, and maybe not even sentence him to time in jail, but time will tell.
Yeah, and for those who may not remember, can you tell us about the incident that took place back in 2021 that led to the arrest of the 6 pro-lifers?
Yeah, I'd be glad to. Thank you. We're talking March 2021. And what happened was a group of pro-life folk from various walks and various states entered into this medical facility building where it was open to the public. Where the abortion clinic was located on the 2nd floor. Some of them, a few, actually sat down in front of the door of the clinic, but most, like Paul Vaughn, my client, they were out in the hallway. They were singing, they were praying. They spoke to a couple of abortion-minded women. Paul himself interacted at some length with the police and actually helped diffuse an otherwise pretty tense situation. Turns out the local police had never encountered a pro-life protest before, so they really didn't know what to expect. And Paul was able to help them resolve this matter in an entirely peaceful way. Well, as you know, in June 2022, the U.S. Supreme Court overturned Roe against Wade, and the Biden administration effectively declared war on pro-lifers. So a year and a half after this event, they send armed FBI agents in great number out to Paul's home in the middle of rural Middle Tennessee and banged on the door, drew their guns on him and arrested him and took him away and charged him with the FACE violation that we went to trial on this last week.
Well, tell us exactly where we are right now in this case and what comes next.
Yeah, Paul is still out on his own recognizance, thankfully. The sentencing is set for July the 2nd, so we have a little time before then. And after that, we fully intend to appeal and argue several legal issues as well as some factual ones, including our contention that the FACE Act itself, Tracy, is unconstitutional. Never should have been passed in the first place. But certainly after Roe was overturned, there's no longer an abortion interest, so-called federal right there to be protected. And so what you have instead is this weird little provision that turns an otherwise everyday kind of sit-in event that is a criminal misdemeanor on a local basis into this major federal production. And moreover, what you have here is what we believe is for the first time in the history of our nation, the federal government taking a felony conspiracy statute, so-called conspiracy against rights, and applying it against peaceful protesters like Paul Vaughn. That's where you get the 10 years, and then it's only 6 months for the FACE violation itself. So this is a purely punitive political persecution here. This is not about justice. This is about sending a terrorism kind of message to Paul Vaughn and other pro-lifers. Don't you dare mess with abortion.
Stephen, we're going to continue to follow this. Thank you so much for coming on and filling us in on all this. We really appreciate it. God bless.
God bless you. Thanks for all y'all do.